Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to 44th episode of Let's Talk About Market. Over the weekend, there has been some news flow from US and specifically from President Trump, and that's why it has led to some volatility. However, when we look at the Nifty index, uh, not many key levels have been broken. In fact, most of them are still intact. So, what are the levels to watch out for, and what is it that we are expecting in the coming days? I mean, that will be the talking point today. And more importantly, I feel that the way the markets are behaving, if the lows are protected, which means the recent lows are protected, then we should be headed higher. And if we are heading higher, then which are the indices, which are the stocks that we need to look out for? Basically, that is what we'll try to scan today. My efforts will be to make you learn like how to find the strong stocks, the strong sectors, and which are the tools that you need to use for that. I'll try and identify those tools for you. So let me quickly share my screen, and please let me know once you all are able to see my screen properly. Okay. Are you all able to see my screen properly, and are you all able to hear me? Please put a message in the comment box. Uh, if you all are able to hear me, please put a message in the comment box. Okay, great. Thanks, Deepak ji, and thanks, Shankar, for the confirmation. So, see, one thing that we're seeing right now is that if you see the daily swing, average swing, I mean, both are in the, I mean, so one can argue that can this be a negative divergence and can we fall? I mean, that can be an argument that can be made, but over here, if you're seeing, we are not at an extreme. And in fact, many of the other indices, if you see, say the percentage of stock about 20, RMI buy, all this, we are somewhere in the middle and we are not at an extreme at this point of time. So over here, these doesn't tell us much, but when we look at the sentiment indicators, and in the past 3 to 4 trading sessions we have seen some covering by the FIIs. Okay, so this was also a down day. In between there was one down day. Over there also we have seen some marginal buying from the FIIs. So yeah, I mean, broadly, they have been seeing a bit. I mean, they are doing a bit of a short covering over here, but as I had mentioned last time also, this will be the watching point. I think, this trend line. So to be very honest, my expectation was that if the swing high breaks, then we should be headed higher towards this trend line. And I think once the Nifty index breaks and sustains above this trend line, that's where a large amount of short covering should play out, which can lead to the Nifty index rising higher. I mean, that is what I am trying to bet on. Now, all this holds true as long as the low does not break. So if the low breaks, then we'll need to see how the setup is and how the other data points are. But broadly, I'm thinking that sooner or later we should be breaking out of this entire bigger consolidation. In fact, this is the larger correction or consolidation, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is what the larger pattern is, which seems like a cup and handle pattern that is forming. And maybe once we break out from this pattern, that's where we can get a broader move on the upside. uh, so yes, broadly, this is the thing that I am watching out right now. So I want to be prepared right at the start, like how to think about it. So see, firstly, there can be many ways to scan. I'll tell you. I'll put it in the notepad so that y'all can remember as well. So for top down approach, which means you select index first and then the stocks. Just give me a moment. So for the top down approach, we'll have heat map and RRG. And for bottom up, which means stock specific, bottom, sorry, approach, we'll have uh, we'll have EMA or SMA scanner look back. Else we can have, sorry, RMI and Dow trend. Okay, so mainly I'll try and touch upon these yeah, these important scanners and how to think about it. Now, say for a top down approach, okay, let's first try and address this. So you can see that the Nifty index has been in a consolidation mode since say 27th of Jan. So over here, what I would want to do is that from 27th of, sorry, not Jan, but 27th of June, sorry, my bad. So from 27th of June, I would want to see how the performance of the indices have been. Okay, till here. So now you can see that I'm trying to see the performance from 27 June to 13th of October, which is till date. And over here, I can see that auto, PSU banks, metals, India consumption, MNC, manufacturing. So basically everything where, I mean, Nifty 50, above the Nifty 50 indices, all these are the indices that have relatively outperformed the Nifty 50, and many of them have actually given a absolute positive return as well, which is auto, PSU, bank, metals, and we have been talking about this for quite some time now. Okay, in underperformance, the major one is media, reality, IT. Okay, and notably, private bank also falls into this. So it's mainly because of PSU bank, where the Nifty bank has outperformed marginally Nifty 50, but many of the other indices like infrastructure, energy, oil and gas, and all these indices, they have underperformed. So see, one way is to look at things within these indices. Okay, so in this case, basically we have identified that Nifty, Auto, PSU, and all these indices, these are the outperformers, right? So within this outperformers, which are the stocks that you want to look at? So you can go in each index one by one and try and see which of them looks interesting to you. Okay, this is one way. As I had mentioned, I have mentioned this earlier as well, but I'm just trying to refresh it once again because there might be many new audiences which would be there. So see, this is one way, and from each category you can select all the ones which have been in green, and you can put them into your watch list. It might take a little bit of efforts, but that is one of the way that you can do it. Or simply what you can do is that if you don't want to go stock I mean sector specific levels and so on, just simply go to NSE all stocks. Okay, and then try to add all the stocks which have given positive returns. Okay, in this case it might be somewhere around almost around 900 to 1000 stocks that you will get it over here. Okay, so see, let me just put it over here: outperforming stocks, right? Let me put all of them. Okay, now this is one way. Okay, now over here I have got the list of stocks that are outperforming, and that is somewhere around 1024. Okay, so over here simply I'll go to the RRG scanners. Sorry, I'll go to the scanner, I'll go to RMI scanner and remove everything and just select the outperforming stocks. Okay, in this case I'll run the stocks which are over here new by on weekly. Okay, Now the reason why I'm taking weekly is because if at all we end up breaking this bigger consolidation, we are going to get a positional move over here. Okay, and that's where these stocks can become interesting. So as I can see that over here almost 24 stocks are there, in which there is some good names as well, but I mean, more or less, the list looks like small cap heavy only. But over here, Bajaj Consumer is the one. Then IFB Agro is also a good decent name. You can see this stock also into the outperformer list. LTI, Mindtree, MCX, MRF. So there are quite some decent stock as well. So this is one way. Or else, if you would be interested only to look at the Dow Trend scanner, and if you're a price action trader, on the weekly you might want to see which are the ones which are going from down to up. Okay, and this basically you get. Oh, sorry, so this is total market. I have wait, let me remove total market. Okay, so over here, basically there are 10 stocks that are coming into the down to up zone. But I mean, more or less, these stocks are okay, and I mean, I don't know. I might not be very much comfortable with these stocks because I don't know, which are these stocks. So there is one more way, and as I mentioned, in the bottom up approach. Okay, so what I try and do is that I take the same list of the outperformer stocks. I go to EMA. Okay, and in EMA, I'll let me remove the entire basket. Only take the outperforming stocks. Okay, and over here, let me see how to scan it. So if I'm taking from this to this period, so I'll try to put a filter where from 27th of June it should not have broken a 50-day exponential average. Okay, and I guess I'm not getting any of the stocks meeting that criteria. Okay, so let me try and broaden it, like which are the ones that have not broken the 100 EMA. Okay, so 100 EMA is nothing but more or less your 20-week average. So over here now I've got 200 stocks. Okay, um, now in this also, if I want to remove the I mean, see, basically, these are the ones that have not broken the 100 MA. So over here, you might want to do some work and see, which are the ones that are, actually, which has actually given good returns. Uh, so over here, within this time frame that you have chosen, that is 27 of June till date, even if you do the percentage change and you do the sorting, you will get the performance also over here on the right hand side within that period. So this works like a heat map plus the scanning that is happening. Okay, now you might see that there are many of the other, I mean, stocks which would be small cap as well. But I mean, that is how it is. Wait, I'll again try and run if there are stocks that I'm able to get in above 50. So yes, within this outperforming list, I am getting some good names as well, like Aadhar Finance is one. What is this? Ambani Organic. I have not even heard those names. Arihant Capital, Fortis, Gabriel. Okay, so these are all the stocks that were outperformers that we got it through the heat map. And over here, I've tried to put additional filter. So within that, now I'm left with 54 stocks. Okay, so these are the ones maybe you might want to concentrate on. Now, of course, you will have to see which are the ones which meet your criteria as well, because this consists of all NSE stocks. Unfortunately, at this point of time, we don't have that volume filter. Uh, but there are some good names which if y'all might be tracking, like this is one small paint company. It has been making newer highs even when the paint sector is down. So this can be an interesting stock to watch out for. Then SYRMA, this is also an EMA stock. So broadly, there are few stocks that I know over here, but there are many that I don't know. So yes, you can go through this list and you can try and find out which are the ones that you would be interested in. So over here, in a way we are covering this EMA SMA scanner as well. Okay, so what we have done is that through heat map, I've tried to identify which are the stocks that have been performing well, and to filter out that list, I have further put one more scanner of EMA SMA scanner to find out to refine the much better stocks as well through this. So that way I have come up with a list of 58. Now over here you can put them in your watch list. Maybe I might want to put it over here. So let me also create the watch list today. uh, Filtered outperform outperforming stocks, 13th October. Okay, so over here now there are some 58 stocks that are left. Now you might want to see how are they doing, or you might even want to further filter it out and see that in today's trading session which are the ones that are giving us bullish crossovers. So in this case what I'll do is that within the watch list I'll only see the filtered stocks over here. Okay. And see, whenever you get this NA, that means they might have not got traded today. Okay. And that's why it would be coming into NA. Like you can see over here. This everything is unchanged, right? It is 000. And that's why, it shows as NA. But because in the monthly, there is some candle that is formed. And that's why you're able to see a signal. The moment they starts getting traded, you will find some signals over here. So in this case, in daily, if I go and I try to see which are the ones that are giving me new buys. So over here, the list comes down to only three stocks. It is Maharashtra Scooter, Khaitan Chemicals, and OLIL. I don't know about this stock, but within this, if you see, while I was filtering, Maharashtra Scooters is the one that looks interesting. That is because it has not broken the EMA, and it has been nicely taking support at the 40 month and turning around, and this time also it has done the same. So over here, in a way the setup looks interesting, and you might want to further drill down and see how the setup is overall. But see, this is one way how we have tried and identify through couple of filters to find out the stocks which are outperforming. Now the other one is through the RRG that you can do. Now because we are talking a bit more positional, so that's why we would want to look at the weekly RRG. Okay, and within weekly RRG, if I see the indices, for many of them, one thing that is noticeable is that for most of them the momentum is rising higher. Okay, and we have spoken about this, that whenever there is a turnaround that we see from the weakening quadrant, that means over there maybe a short term correction or consolidation, whatever was going on, that is possibly complete, and now it seems to be turning around. So we are seeing some of those glimpses mainly in the mid cap, small cap, micro cap, and all these indices. Okay, so this is where probably the concentration can also be. I mean, given that we are seeing that Nifty 500, Nifty total market, you can see over here, right? There is a turnaround over here, large mid 250, mid 100, mid 50, mid cap select, then mid cap 150, mid cap, mid small cap 400. So basically all these stocks more or less gets covered into Nifty total market. Okay, because Nifty total market consists of large cap, mid cap, small caps, and micro caps. Okay, so simply what you can also do is that you can go to the RMI scanner again. Okay, as I told, RMI scanner, or you can even go to Dow Trend scanner. So I typically look more into RMI scanner. So that's where now I'll filter out. I'll remove this. Okay, and I'll do Nifty total market, and over here try to find which are the ones that are giving me new buy. Okay, now I can see over here that the list is 36. I'll try and see if I can refine more. I'll do buy and new buy. So now over here I'm left with, say, somewhere around 8 stocks. So Avanti Feeds, then Carborundum Universal, then CAT. Okay, this is DCL. I think this is Dishman Carbogen. Ease My Trip is also there, but in many of these stocks you will notice that they are not following the setup. But you can try and put those filters. I was trying to put directly on daily, but you might want to refine it. So say in weekly, because we are looking more from a positional view, so I'm getting a new buy in Aarti Industries. Okay, so now see, within this, DV's lab is the one that looks a little bit more interesting. That is because it is above the weekly averages, and then there is a bullish crossover. Then there is FCL, but all this averages are not holding. IIFL is also interesting one. Up move, pullback towards the averages, and now there is a crossover. India Glycol, uh, IndusInd Bank, again not a good setup as such. IRB, again not a good setup. LTI Mindtree looks interesting. That is because it is above the averages, while it has not actually crossed the averages. But yeah, I mean, see, broadly this is how you can scan. Uh, you know, but see, before scanning, try to understand what you want to scan for. Okay, so what I'm trying now to scan is basically if this entire bigger consolidation breaks on the upside, then what I'm gonna look out for. Okay, now say for example, if you are a very short term trader, okay, and you want to scan, so maybe I just want to scan from year to year, or maybe from low to high. I mean, the scan can be anything. So let's try and see from 18th of September to 14th of October. You know, what is the performance been? So this is 18th of September. So now in the custom heat map, I go, okay, 18th of September to this. Now in this time frame, there might be a change in result as well that we may end up seeing. Okay, and see over here also, what you can see is that PSU bank metals uh, are over here, but private bank commodities and all these stocks have come now. Okay, so you can see that well, while we were scanning for this time frame, oil and gas and all were coming into laggard, but now commodities, oil and gas are outperforming. Okay, so is this a change that is happening? So if you're a short term trader, then you might want to do such scan. So a lot of the scanning depends on what is your time horizon and what is it that you want to scan. In fact, some might just want to scan this from 30th September till date. So over here, if I do 30th September till date and I do apply, so over here now comes IT, private banks, healthcare. Now you can see over here the list has completely changed, right? So if you want to trade for the short term, like very short term, then maybe you might want to find which are the stocks that have outperformed in this leg. So that is how based on the different time frame that you are trying to trade on, you can go to the heat map and try to find the outperformers in that way. Okay, so anything that is below the Nifty 50, they have underperformed. Anything that is above the Nifty 50, they have outperformed. Okay. So this is the way that you can try, and you can find out more stocks. Like, either you can have a top down approach where you can first select the index, like we can see over here. So in this case, I can see private bank is good. Now within private bank, who are the ones that have outperformed? So these can come into my list, and so on. Okay. Or the other one is that just focus on the stocks, go for a bottom up approach where you directly see only stocks. Now for that, you can do it through many other ways like EMA, SMA scanner, RMI, or Dow trend. Or you can also do the combination of heat map. So heat map all stocks, and then try to find a good setup. So yeah, broadly that is how you can actually try and filter out more stocks. So with that, I'll try to address some of the questions if you'll have. So HK says, what does look back period means? So look back period means that you are looking back from a period, from a particular date where something has not broken. So say for example, now I'll just show you in a very simple term. Okay. If you go to the technical scanners, go to EMA scanners. Okay. Now I can do anything. Okay. It is daily, hourly, weekly. So now I have done weekly 20 week, which is not breaking from 27th of June. Okay. Now I have done this as a filter. So in this, the blue line that you're seeing is a 20 week. So it would have not, it should have not broken from 27th of June. So you can see over here. So after 23rd of June, when it had come up, okay, it has not been breaking the blue line, and that's why it has come up in the list. So that is the way you can filter out stocks. You can do weekly, monthly, whatever you want. Okay, these are the time frames that we have. So yeah, on hourly, of course, you will not be able to do it because we are not doing it every hour. But daily, weekly, monthly, you can run the scanner. So I hope you know I I hope you understand what is the meaning of look back. You can just look back from any period and see whether they are holding a particular averages or no. Okay. Uh, Chit- Chitra says the suggestion to apply weekly RMI on top of the heat map selection is elegant given the expected rally. This is top-down approach, right? The selection to apply weekly RMI on top heat map selection is yeah. So yes, correct, Chitra. This is basically a top-down approach through which you have tried to find out stocks through the heat map. Okay, like which are the ones that are outperformers. One, you put them into the list, and then you put it on the RMI's, scanners. So that's how you can come up with the top-down approach, which means that you have tried to pick the outperforming stocks, and within those outperforming stocks you are now trying to see where the momentum is now turning around. Okay. So that way, you are picking up the outperformer stocks, and maybe they might have been in some correction or consolidation mode, and now the momentum is picking up. So that is what you're trying to find out with these two filters. But you're absolutely right, this is a top down approach. Mandar says, hi, Saturday session was useful. I had to drop little early. So is there a daily scanner available? So no, as of now there is no scanner available. Maybe at a later date we will put it. I have mentioned this many times. There have been you can say 70-80% of the work that we have done, but for that 20-30% work, we have some other priorities right now, which is to make the system fast. We are working on that, and after that we'll try and make those scanner live. But yes, at some point of time we will do that. At what point, I cannot commit you right now, because once we get some clarity also from our team, I'll surely let you know. Um, do you have any videos for trade setup available in Strike Help? So yes, Mandar, this is there. So you can go to the help section and try to check this video, which is identify the best stock. No, sorry, not this, but how to do long term investment using Strike. So as I had mentioned in the video as well, I mean, this can be used by short term guys as well. The only thing that they need to do is that they need to see. So wait, let me just show you. So I'll just refresh it once again. So in the charts, you need to go to the strike valuation setup. Okay. And over here, if you're a short term trader, you might want to look at 1 year. You can select whatever, parameters that you want to see. 3 and 5 years is for medium term guys. Okay. 10 and max year is for the long term guys. Okay. So based on your time horizon, you can choose the time frame, but the process remains the same, which means look out for the places where the valuation is towards the lower end, and then watch out for where the turnaround is happening in the momentum. So that is the way you will be able to catch the stock where the momentum is also picking up and the valuation is on your side. So yes, but we will be putting the recordings. It should be done today. Just go to our strike handle. I'm not sure if it's already put or not. Oh, sorry. You will be able to see it on YouTube under the video section. So if I go, sorry, I have to go to Strike Money. That's the channel. And in this, if you go to video, okay, so we have not uploaded so far. We will be uploading it. So you can just check over here, okay? And Strike Money, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe it, so that you even get the notification of that, and you will see the video over here. Okay. Yes, Ranjan, as I mentioned, we will be putting out the video. Okay, so just watch out for this section in Strike Money. Go to the videos and you will be able to see the latest video. So hopefully by today evening, we should be able to post it. Okay. So yeah, any more questions? Related to what we have spoken so far. Any more questions you all have? Related to finding the outperforming stocks that we have discussed. These are the techniques which once again I had touched upon briefly. Heat map, RRG, EMA scanner. So within EMA scanner, look for a look back period, then RMI downtrend, then heat map. Yes, Sagar, I already mentioned. I mean, many people had asked for that. I have mentioned over here. We will be putting it on our YouTube channel in the videos, so you will get it over here. Okay, but it will be done by today mostly. I'll just check with the team. It should be done by today. So I think I can't see further questions. So let's wind up the session for today and let's see what the Nifty index does. Okay. So as I had mentioned, for the Nifty index, the recent low of 25,000 is important. And if we hold that, then we should be inching higher towards this 25,400, 450 levels. And once that breaks on the upside, that's where we will get that big breakout that is much anticipated and much awaited as well. Okay, so let's wind up for the day and let's catch up tomorrow.